10, prom night isn't just for teenagers anymore, at least not in Lake Mills. Tonight, students and senior citizens came together for a night of dancing. WMTV's Shana Najawan takes us inside the Young and Old Prom, where the generations met on the dance floor.
That's right. It started as a simple idea. Pair high school students with senior citizens for weekly visits. But the club, Young and Old Stick Together, has grown into something much more meaningful.
Most kids don't want nothing to do with elderly or adults.
A senior, Melinda Yonder, never thought she'd be back at prom. But here she is.
But these girls are awesome.
Surrounded by her teenage friends.
I think connecting just, the younger generation and the older generation is so important. I think a lot of times kids don't even know how to relate to senior citizens.
Lake Mills police officer Jessica Johnson is co-chair of Young and Old Stick Together, a club that connects students with local seniors.
Steve, he's really nice. He loves building things. So we've made planes together. Melinda, I don't know, she's so sweet.
Besides weekly visits and chores,
They came downstairs with me when it was around Christmas time. They put my Christmas tree up.
the groups also like to have fun.
And one of the ideas was to do a senior prom.
Which is exactly what they did on Thursday night.
They should do this more often because really helps me out. Because sometimes, I'll get bored or a little bit depressed when I don't see anybody.
It almost makes me just want to cry happy tears. It's just so sweet seeing them able to enjoy something like this again.
Officer Johnson says interest in the club was strong from the start. Both students and seniors were quick to sign up. And now the program is expanding to another area school to reach even more seniors. Live in the studio, Shana Najawan, WMTV 15 News.
It's a fun night. Shana, thank you. Organizers hope these connections will last a lifetime with the goal of building relationships that endure well beyond high school. Coming up next at 10, smart recycling.